Hello, everybody, and thanks for watching this video. My name is Garrett Mott. I just graduated from UT. I got my 2 degrees in physics and math, and I just finished student teaching at Austin High. I taught AP Physics. So that's who I am. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I used homework videos, what they are, kind of how I did it, and how they helped my class, and hopefully how they can help you in your classes in the future. So here are 3 main things we're going to talk about. First is going to be what are homework videos, what purposes do they serve. Second is how I make the videos, what technology you're going to need, what steps you're going to take. And third, what are the benefits to the students and teachers and everyone kind of involved. So that is the main outline of what I'm going to talk about today. And hopefully I'll do it really quick so y'all can keep going with other things. So first, what are homework videos? I just do them. They're kind of quick and easy, just like what I'm doing right now. They're a video of you working a homework problem. I find they really help students work through problems when they get stuck. Allow students to answer their own questions, sometimes really work on that independence of them being able to work through their problems themselves. So it's just a video like I'm doing right now. I'll show you exactly how I'm doing everything I'm doing. But it's you just working through the problem to kind of help them through the process. And next up is how I make the videos. So here's the general workflow that I've kind of developed for working through these. They come in 4 kind of main steps, and hopefully this is kind of all makes sense. So first step is you pick the questions. The next step is there's some preparing the question before filming. I'll talk a little more about how you do that. Then you film the video. I use Zoom to film my videos. And lastly, you upload the video. My workflow is I upload it to YouTube, and then I'll link it to my Canvas page. So you can link it wherever you need to, just keep it on YouTube, whatever you want to do. But this is kind of my workflow that I've developed so far. So first step, like I said, is picking the questions. I like to pick middle level questions. So not the hardest questions, not the easiest questions. I do that so it leaves room for students to work on those harder problems, but it still helps ensure that everyone kind of understands the content and gets to that middle level so that there's still those extension problems so they can still push themselves. I try to do 2 to 3 per homework set. Each homework set's about 20 problems. So that's like 10% of the problems is what I work on roughly. If you obviously, you can choose to do however you want with whatever you're assigning, like maybe a part of a question that has multiple parts, something like that. Totally up to you, but this is just kind of my mentality about how I pick the questions. Next is you prepare the question. So I taught physics, and this is one of the problems. So you have this block on an incline problem. I screenshotted this out of Quest. The problem itself doesn't really matter. I'm just going to talk through how I prepare the question. So first step is you screenshot the problem. Then I embed that into some document. I import it into some document. You can use Word or Google Docs. Then I save that as a PDF file. That allows me, as I'm screen sharing and working the problem, if I click on it on accident, it won't change the file or anything like that. And then I try to do slightly different problems from what my students are going to be working on. So like that's the beauty of Quest is it automatically generates different problems for every person. So I can just choose different numbers. Whatever context you're working in, that might look a little differently. You might change the situation or change whatever equation you're using or whatever. So that way you can do slightly different. That way the students still have to take that extra step of applying what you're showing them to their actual problem. Just gives that little extra cognitive step of them trying to work on it. Next, I film the video. That's the third step. I use Zoom, like I said, just like I'm doing right now. I screen share the document, just like I'm screen sharing this presentation. And then I use the Zoom annotation tools that are already built into the Zoom software package. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what that looks like and demonstrate it a little bit right now so you can see. So hopefully this is familiar, but you screen share, you click this green screen share button in the middle. That'll pull up a window of all of the screen share windows you have open. Click on the one you're going to screen share that has the problem. Then at the top of your screen, you should see something like this. Sometimes you'll just see this bottom part that's green and red. Hover over it and it'll pull up this whole menu. And then you want to click on annotate over here. That'll pull up the annotation window, which will look something like this. And there's a lot of really, really cool tools that I'll kind of talk through right now. So the first tool is this drawing tool. That kind of lets you kind of freehand draw things like this. The other thing it also does is if you click on it, it'll pull up this menu. And there's a bunch of really cool things in here. So you can draw straight lines. just like this. You can draw straight lines. You got axes. You can draw shapes, which is really cool. So there's lots of really cool new things. You can draw circles, whole bunch of things you can try out, different ways to sketch problems, whatever you're needing to do for whatever problem you're trying to work. The next thing that you can do is you can change the color. So you click on this format, it'll pull up the color menu, which, let me clear the drawing so you can see it. Pull up the color menu, it'll look something like this. You can change the colors. So earlier I was working in green, now I'm going to work in pink. I can still do all the same things I can do in pink. Draw shapes, I can draw vectors. I didn't show this one earlier. Lots of really cool things, lots of ways to really color code and demonstrate problems, whatever you're working on, whatever is applicable to you. And then the way I cleared all my drawings is I clicked the clear button, and then I select clear. You can do the clear all drawings or just clear your drawings, but I usually do clear all drawings. And then you're good to go. So that is all of the annotation tools. Play around with them. I'm using just like a mouse to annotate. You could use a trackpad, any other kind of writing stylus. You could use an iPad, whatever you have, whatever you're comfortable using. Lots of different ways you could do that to kind of make whatever makes your workflow better. So let's say I've recorded the Zoom session, I've filmed everything. Now it is time to upload. So I upload everything to YouTube and I put it in a playlist. So like this is my Quest Solution Videos playlist. I use the same naming convention, all that kind of stuff. If this is something that's unfamiliar to you, down here I've put some links about how to upload YouTube videos and how to make YouTube playlists. So hopefully those are helpful. But that's kind of what I do is I put it up on YouTube and I link it to my Canvas page. So that's all the nitty-gritty, how you do the videos, how you make the videos. Here are some of the benefits I found. First off, is it helps students get help at any time. So students aren't going to email you at like 11 o'clock at night being like, oh my goodness, I'm so stressed and confused. They have that resource there. They can go look at it whenever they need help. Secondly, it helps streamline virtual office hours. So we had a lot of kids coming in to want help, and really we're kind of getting stuck on some of the medium, harder problems. If you pick the questions right, a lot of times the students will come in asking for help about the questions that you have already made videos for. So you can just be like, hey, I'm going to put you in a breakout room and you go watch the video. Hopefully that helps. If you have questions, call me back in. So it helps streamline virtual office hours and helps you focus on more unique problems that the kids really need help with. The third one is that you can customize how they're learning the content. You can use vocabulary, similar terminology, similar examples to what you're doing in class so that what they're doing at home, what they're doing in class really kind of mesh well together because you're customizing everything and you're making sure everything fits the way you're describing things are consistent throughout. So that way, as opposed to them going online and looking up some random, let's say, kinematics YouTube video that doesn't work with things the same way you do, it really kind of makes everything seem more cohesive, more coherent. So those are the three main benefits I've found. Thanks y'all for coming. If you use your camera and take a picture of this will take you to the slide deck that I'm using right now so you can access all the links and everything. Thanks for watching. Later, y'all.